almost 90% in adult content. So for you to just fucking kill that is just, like I said, suicidal.
I would go as far as saying they're fucking 99.9% revenue coming in from fucking nudity. That's a fucking bullshit if it's anything less than that, because that's what they're known for. OnlyFans. I've never heard anybody say, "Hey, you ever seen that podcast on OnlyFans? Oh, hey,
Should we go on OnlyFans? Is that what you're saying? Is that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
listen, if you got pretty feet, I don't mind showing off your feet on OnlyFans through funny but foul thing.
Sure.
So comment down below if you guys think.
If you guys want to see us on OnlyFans,
yeah.
we will go on OnlyFans.
Yeah, pull out your feet real quick. Pull out your feet.
You want to see my feet real quick?
Yeah, man. Give the people a little bit to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take the socks off. Woo hoo hoo! Look at that, man. Gray. Like his heart, man. He's a senior, son.
I was about to pull.
What's going on, you fucks? Back at it with this fucking Tokyo Drift music. What's good? Funny but foul. One more time.
One more time. We
Look
are
at this
back.
guy's fucking shirt, son.
Fucking Miami out here, man.
Woo!
Feeling
Fresh
like,
and fit. Shout out to those guys.
Sure. Before we get started here for real, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my boy Henry Garcia. It was his funeral today. I couldn't make it, but he was a buddy from one of my soccer teams, and he was taken away from us a couple weeks ago. Pretty tragically in Whistler. He was killed, and they're still investigating to see what really went down, how it all happened. But for today of all days, what really matters is just remembering him, and he was a good guy. Really, like, just I've never had any bad interaction with him. He's always a stand-up guy, and just praying for his family, for them to pull through this whole thing. But yeah, just a quick shout out to you, Henry. Rest in peace.
Shout out to Henry, man. All right, dude.
Back to the show.
Back to the fucking show. Back to business, as usual. Let's start with the fucking sports, man. Let's start quick.
You went in heavy on the sports this week.
Yeah.
Like the research-wise. Like you did quite a fucking bit.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Good shit.
I'm not a soccer guy, but I did look up this stuff.
There's been some big news. Like, even if you're not a soccer guy, it's been, like, huge everywhere. So it's like two of the biggest soccer stars in history have made some major moves. So why don't you share with us what you've learned so far?
Which one you want?
Let's start with the oldest one, which is Messi.
Okay. So apparently Messi, you read this as well.
Yeah.
So he wanted to stay with, he's obviously departed with Barcelona FC. And that's because La Liga have a kind of a rule, I guess.
Yeah. Financially speaking.
Financially speaking.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you want to speak on this afterwards or what.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, basically their players have to be 70% maxed out. A combination of all their players have to be 70% of all revenue. And because of the pandemic last year, obviously Barcelona didn't have the same revenue, so therefore they can't pay Messi and keep Messi being under that 70%. Messi obviously wanted to stay there, so he wanted to settle for 50%. La Liga denied it, and FC Barcelona was kind of like at a standstill because they couldn't do much. And then Messi had to depart his ways because he cannot only not stay there for less, which is like a Tim Duncan kind of thing with the Spurs,
basically,
or have the same amount of money. So he had to go.
You basically summed it up really well. It was basically that situation where the league has special rules different to other leagues, where they have they don't have a salary cap the way a league like the NBA does,
right?
But they do have financial rules when it comes to how much you can pay players, and like you mentioned, as a total. So Corona hit everybody, obviously, and Barcelona's revenue took a fucking drop. And so unfortunately, with Messi coming back for this year, they wanted to sign him, but just they literally couldn't afford him due to the rules, and the Liga wasn't willing to make an exception, which I think is a mistake, because you're talking about literally one of the most marketable players in the entire world.
Right.
One of the greatest players. Some people call him the greatest player of all time.
Absolutely.
And to not make an exception for him, to keep him in the league.
Yeah.
Because it's not just for Barcelona. The Liga will benefit keeping him there.
How do you say
no
it?
question.
Since you're fucking Spanish and shit, how do you say it? La Liga?
La Liga.
La Liga.
La Liga. And so that was, I think that was a mistake by them to not make an exception. Because are you fucking kidding me? This guy's pulling in millions, not just for basically for Barcelona, obviously, and whoever they play on any given week, people are going to tune in for that. So that was a huge mistake, I think, on their part. So he had to go to fucking PSG, man.
PSG, they
are stacked on stack this year now.
Yeah, they're stacked this year.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're stacked, super stacked. Turkish homeboy could have been there.
Which Turkish homeboy? A lot of Turkish homeboys. Like Turk?
Or
Turk descent.
The only Turk, literally pretty much the most dominant Turk that there has been in soccer, right? And,
like, you're saying
and I don't want to say his name.
Ozil?
No.
That's what I said, Turk descent.
No. So
who?
Who's the tallest guy? I don't want to say his name. I want you to guess.
Who's the tallest guy?
Very, very tall guy. I think forward, maybe center field. I'm not sure.
You talking about Berbatov?
Nope.
He
went to MLS after PSG. Man bun. Very tall, skinny.
Ibrahimovic? He's not Turk, though.
Dude, isn't he?
He's Bosnian.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
So he's
I mean, that's Turk descent, no?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
okay. At that point, you could go back. He plays for the Swedish team, which is funny.
Yeah.
He wanted to play for the Bosnian national team back in the day.
Yeah.
Like when he was younger, and they're like, we don't want. So that was huge news this fucking week.
Yeah. So
you know the latest. Like you're up to date, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just double check on the phone and shit. But basically, Ronaldo, for people that don't know, he's gone to Manchester United.
Yeah.
Again. And that's pretty much where he was originally from 2003 to 2009. I think that's where he won like 6 times.
Won a lot. He won.
Yeah.
He won Champions League. He won the Premier League title like 4 or 5 times. I don't know how many times. A bunch of other trophies. He was fucking one of the best players already in the world at that time.
Right. And
he made his name there. That's where he got to be Ronaldo.
Yeah, because when he came in, if you look at some of those pictures and shit of when he came in there, he still had those country teeth and shit.
Oh, dude!
And
if
he
you look at
savage.
the before and after of when because his team before that was in Portugal.
Point to your right. That's where I'm gonna put the picture for a picture of fucking Ronaldo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Left.
Right here.
Left.
Right here.
Yeah.
No, right here. You want it right there.
Yeah.
You want it right there.
Oh yeah, I want it right there.
That gap.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a fucking picture and all you guys can fucking see right there.
It's before and after from when he came
after.
from Portugal to Man U.
Yeah. Brutal, bro.
He was pale, bad teeth,
terrible
bad hair,
teeth, everything above. So basically, the thing with Ronaldo is that because he went to Manchester United, it could be said, partially because obviously Messi has made a move to a team that has a possible UEFA Champions League potential.
Definitely.
And as well as he wants to be there too. So why not, right? And Juventus, I mean, they're a great team, great club, but they're not going to be able to kind of withstand like the Chelseas and the fucking Manchester Cities and stuff like that. They're not going to be able to, get there. And in the last 3 years with 3 different coaches, they couldn't get there.
Yeah.
So that's just pure fact. And a club can only do so much. If a club is changing a coach a year for a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, they're doing everything they can. And if after 3 years it doesn't work,
you got to do something
strikes
else.
3, you're out, right?
Well, the thing is, both of these players, both Ronaldo and Messi, they're getting into their twilight years at this point. Ronaldo is like 35, 36.
36.
And Messi's 34.
Yeah.
So these guys, I mean, both these guys take great care of their bodies.
Yeah.
So Messi's never actually been injured.
No.
Ronaldo's only ever had like one injury, and it was like
what was it?
It was a knee thing for a bit. But it wasn't like a serious one.
Oh, okay.
It was like he just couldn't play, but it wasn't like he was out for like months or something like that. He just missed a few weeks and then he was fine. But what was interesting about the Ronaldo rumors is that at one point there were rumors that he was going to go to PSG.
Damn.
Could you fucking imagine that shit?
Dude, that'd be sick.
Ridiculous. People like fantasizing.
So hold on. What's Ronaldo's left field?
He used to be left wing.
Yeah.
Back in the United days, his original United days, and then when he went to Real Madrid, he started there, but he actually made his way to striker.
Okay, so what are the significance? What are the powers and the thing?
So as a winger, you want to be very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to put your fastest guys normally.
So he's there
as wingers.
He's a fast guy.
Not anymore though. So that's what I'm saying. He's lost his legs a bit because he's 36. Like back when he was 24, he's like fucking like if you watch some of his clips from before, he would blitz. It was insane.
Dude, there was this one video, this Indian guy on the Indian thing. I don't know if you ever seen this. It's like a viral video of this they're like, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo, is he fast? And you show this one fucking guy, bro. Dude, he literally, it takes 4 seconds to get from 1/4 of the field to the goal line.
Yeah, sure.
It takes him about 4 fucking seconds,
Yeah, he's quick. So the other characteristics of a winger, you want to be very good with your feet, like tricks and that kind of stuff. So that's where he got famous for that too.
Yeah.
Like this crossovers and all that stuff, like with his like
crossovers.
Yeah, with your legs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about basketball.
No. But
talking about practice.
All that, like you want to be really good with your feet, and you want to be really fast. Those are like the two things you want.
If you just took that
winger
out and you said OnlyFans and you said really good with your feet and you got to be really fast, bro, that could go into some terrible waters. But anyway, yeah. So what are you looking for as a striker?
As a striker, you want to have like clinical goal finishing abilities. Like you want to be if you're getting the box if you're getting the ball in the box, if you're there, has to be a goal like 90% of the time.
That's right,
Can't
guys.
be fucking
So
that shit up.
you can't be talking to 15 girls and getting one number, right? If you want to be a fucking striker in life, you got to hit the fucking thing and you got to hit it with purpose and you got to be 90%.
90%, bro.
Damn,
you wanna be
son.
up there.
90%.
I mean, that's me saying
you
that.
You talk to 15 girls, you better be at 13 per 15 per numbers.
Realistically, it's lower, but you want to be like clinical, right?
Jesus.
The other thing too, you want to have good head.
Oh, yo! Why does this sound more and more like an OnlyFans account? Like,
listen, you want to be able
if you're trying to describe,
you want to
your
handle
OnlyFans?
balls. You want to handle balls really well. You want to be good with your head.
Damn, son.
You know what I mean?
Damn,
so
son.
so yeah, like heading abilities. You want to have all that where it's like as soon as when you're in the box, you're getting goals. You want to be able to be also kind of strong on the ball too.
All right.
Because you can't. Yeah, you know what I mean. You don't want to let go of the ball.
You gotta be able to do pipe.
You can't let people push you off the ball.
So you got to hold your fucking sack.
You gotta, yeah, that's right.
You gotta hold your sack in hand, son.
So it's a bit different than playing wing. You don't have to run as much, which is nice.
Okay.
So that's why when guys age,
they usually go to striker.
They go more center and striker because it's like you can be a tall like do you know who Lukaku is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
no, I have no idea.
He's you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's yoked.
And it benefits him as a striker because even if he slows down, because he can actually still run. He's actually pretty like quick.
Is he black?
Oh, dude.
The blackest.
Oh, Belgian black.
Darkness brothers.
One of the best kinds. He is so strong that he doesn't have to run that much. As long as he can just hold up there.
Yeah.
And then he can just pass the ball off, do whatever. But he doesn't have to like trick people and like whatever.
Absolutely.
Versus like as a winger you do. So like if as you lose your speed, you are generally moving to the center.
Sick, dude. That's a sick explanation. Let's move on to some bonuses, man. Everybody likes bonuses. You like bonuses,
I like bonuses.
Right? I love bonuses, but apparently, you know, people in the fields that I've been, they don't like to get bonuses. Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, in the fields that I've worked, you know, drug dealing aside, you give yourself bonuses, okay? but you know, legit jobs.
Yeah.
Employers don't like to give you bonuses.
Fair enough.
They tend to stray away, or they tend to come up with reasons. Corona, lately might be that. But our boy Tim Cook, man, CEO for 10 years.
I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that.
So he, I don't know if you know how much, but 750 mil bonus.
That's crazy.
750 mil bonus.
That's nuts.
So what the fuck is your salary, bitch? If
that's
Tim
your bonus?
Cook, you're listening to this, you fuck. How much is your salary? That your bonus is 750 mil, not even G's. G's is insane. That mil is your profit, son. Your tech profit.
That's like, do you think at that point it's the bonuses that are bigger than the salary? Like at that level, like your salary is actually not that high, but it's really like the bonuses and
I think for tax purposes
and your stock options.
I think for tax purposes you probably have a lot of that in stock option.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you wouldn't want to get cash.
Like that's
you got 750 mil in stock option. That's a lot more valuable than cash.
Which is probably why when these CEOs are like, "Oh yeah, I only pay myself $1,000 in salary." It's like, yeah, bitch, because you got like fucking 50 million in stock. Yeah. So what the fuck? It doesn't matter at that point.
You know that guy Gary V?
Yeah, Vaynerchuk.
So a lot of people say this guy's fake and shit. What
really?
What do you think?
I like what he is. Okay, so. I like what I've listened to from him. Not everything. Some of the shit's like, okay, chill out. But some of the shit's legit. I've never gotten the impression that he's fake. But then again, I haven't looked into that deep into Gary V, the
Yeah.
guy. It's just mainly like the clips that I see on like Instagram,
Right.
like YouTube, that kind of shit.
I think that takes away from who he is. Apparently, he actually is a net worth of like 135 mil.
Is that good or bad?
Net worth of 135 mil is good in any case.
So then what's the problem? Like, why do people say that he's fake?
Not that he's fake, but like some of his things are just like so practical that it's pointless to say. You
Oh,
just
like-
gotta do it. You just gotta fucking
Oh,
do
like
it.
you're saying
you
that-
just gotta get up and do it.
Like it's easy for him to say that shit, but it doesn't really. Like
it's
he's
easy.
not.
It's
He's
easier
detached
said
from
than done.
detached from reality a bit.
Of course, because
Yeah, okay.
he'll be like, drop your job, go across the street, sell fucking
Yeah,
pigeons.
like, yeah, like,
when
just
you
do
learn
it.
how to sell pigeons, come back to me. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Sure,
What
sure.
kind of bullshit shit is that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously there's some like marketing schemes that he's obviously done to get like, I think his company name is Veer or something, or Veer
Well, I
Agencies.
know that he's had good luck, not good luck, but good fortune with some of his investments.
Yeah,
Like really good.
yeah.
Like getting in on PayPal early, kind of good.
So yeah, but I mean, I think that's
So
where most of the money comes in, and then he reinvests into his businesses.
Yes.
and then it makes it sound like he made it through the business, but he
Right.
made it from like a long shot. And now, I mean, that's great. I'm not saying that's shit. All I'm saying is this: that is like winning the lotto, kind of thing.
Sure.
So it has nothing to do with how efficient you are or how successful you are, or if your
Yeah.
planning is good or anything like that, or strategy is good. It's like, okay, that happened. Aside from that, what did you do?
I'll have to look into it because I haven't looked into Gary V, the man.
Yeah.
I want to look into that more. That's interesting. But some of the stuff that he said, I'm like, yeah, totally fair. Because like one of the things that I remember listening that he said early on was the whole idea of like whatever idea that you think you want to try,
Yeah.
and you're holding back on.
Yeah.
Because people will come to him sometimes and be like, hey man, I got this thing, blah blah blah, but
Mhm.
I don't know how to start. I think the idea of him saying, honestly, if you just fucking go for it now, the earlier you start, the better chance you have of being successful. Because the more you wait, a lot of the times that's just going to be opportunity lost, in the sense that you're waiting for something to happen so that you feel okay doing it. But a lot of the times, if you just go for it, even if you like fail, whatever, man,
Yeah.
just fucking try it. So like, if you want to go back to school for whatever, but you're holding back because you're like, oh man, I don't want to start from what. I think if the reasons holding you back are ego driven,
Right.
get that shit out of there.
Right.
If you have other reasons, like for example, you got a mortgage, you got
Mhm.
this, you got that, you got obligations, like now you're married with kids and you want to like really pursue that dream from way back when, okay, that's a bit different. But if your reasons for holding you back are ego driven, let go of that shit and just go for that.
For sure. Moving on to OnlyFans. So last week we told you guys that OnlyFans is restricting nudity as of October 1st.
They are back.
However,
They are back.
these bitches went down, and I'll tell you what happened.
Back.
Okay, they went and talked to like the Don, and Don's like, let me take a look. I love my children. I give them my children everything.
Sure.
Let me take a look. Oh, my children are gonna make less money, less revenue for all of us. Hold back. So now apparently they don't have to have the same restrictions with the same agencies or whatever the fuck the fucking bullshit is. It's like I read like I think 2 news sources and they were completely different fucking things. But yeah, now they are going to be holding back on that. They haven't actually said exactly if they're actually even going to go forward with any of that shit. They just said, oh, we're going to hold back and see what happens.
From what I heard, or one of the things that I heard was that OnlyFans was having issues with processing payments. Like they weren't sure that with some of the deals that they were trying to cut with some of these credit card companies, that they were going to be able to have people keep processing payment through MasterCard, Visa, Amex, whatever, if it was going to be for explicitly adult content. But that seems to have changed now in the negotiations with these credit card companies. PayPal's included in that, but all those payment transaction services. So I think that was the main hurdle between why they were looking at stopping that. But they had to have known that cutting basically 90% of your fucking revenue stream was going to be suicidal as a business, especially considering how new they are and that their audience hasn't really matured in the sense that they haven't gotten their audience to be in a lot of different things. It really is so far almost 90% in adult content. So for you to just fucking kill that is just, like I said, suicidal.
I would go as far as saying they're fucking 99.9% revenue coming in from fucking nudity. That's a fucking bullshit if it's anything less than that, because that's what they're known for. OnlyFans. I've never heard anybody say, "Hey, you ever seen that podcast on OnlyFans? Oh, hey,
Should we go on OnlyFans? Is that what you're saying? Is that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
listen, if you got pretty feet, I don't mind showing off your feet on OnlyFans through funny but foul thing.
Sure.
So comment down below if you guys think.
If you guys want to see us on OnlyFans,
yeah.
we will go on OnlyFans.
Yeah, pull out your feet real quick. Pull out your feet.
You want to see my feet real quick?
Yeah, man. Give the people a little bit to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take the socks off. Woo hoo hoo! Look at that, man. Gray. Like his heart, man. He's a senior, son.
I was about to pull the socks off there.
That's right. And if you
don't
pulled off
wanna
the
see
socks,
that.
you'd
You don't
have
wanna see
you'd have a little
Dude,
visa.
you don't want to see that. You don't want to see those calluses.
No.
Let's get out of here.
No, he's got Mexican calluses. Okay, man. I want to do a new segment. I'm gonna fade into this because I'm gonna do some cool shit with
Oh,
this.
sure. Okay.
This is a new segment called Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba-da-ba.
We'll get real sound effects soon, guys. Don't worry.
That's right. So first word, roadman. I'm gonna tell the words, and I want you to guess what they mean, and I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you what they fucking mean.
Roadman.
Roadman.
Can I ask any questions? Do I get anything at all?
You get one question, but every question you ask me, right? You gotta take a huge puff after we're done the podcast.
What the fuck? I was gonna say, like, is this like a spelling bee? We can ask, like, use it in a sentence.
Okay,
kind of
cool.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you guys, if I see that you're abusing that shit, you're gonna
No,
have
no,
to
no.
take puffs.
Okay, use it in a sentence.
Okay. I saw the roadman across the street.
Oh shit. Okay, good one. I'm thinking that is a male prostitute who travels.
We're gonna have real sound effects soon, guys. I promise.
What you got? What is
it
it?
is a foot soldier,
A foot soldier?
Yeah.
Like drug?
drug dealer,
Fuck.
drug mule,
That's
foot
a
soldier.
footman.
Footman.
Goddamn.
That's a road. It's called a roadman actually,
Roadman.
and this is highly used in
Did I just say
southern.
footman?
Yeah, footman.
Think about feet now.
you're describing a guy with a kink.
Footman. Fuck. Roadman. Okay. Jesus.
All right, number 2 on the list, grade digger.
Grave digger?
Grade digger, like grade, like GPA grade.
Yeah. Grave digger.
Yeah.
I'm going with construction worker.
Is that your final decision?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Fuck's sakes.
You know what it is?
What?
Okay, you know how super hot chicks, we knew some of them, right? And they were randomly talking to like a buddy of yours or something.
Sure.
You were like, "Yo, what is so and so? Why are they talking to you?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they just wanted to check their homework.
Uh,
So they're only talking to you because of the homework. If you hit them up on social media and stuff, these same
Yeah,
girls,
yeah.
they won't give you the time of
Nothing.
day. But in
Oh, I
school,
like that. A
when they
grave
got when they
digger.
got to come in, right? They're thinking about being independent.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I like this.
INPE, whatever the fuck.
I know a few
yeah.
grave diggers back in
Yeah,
high school.
yeah.
High school, especially for me.
Especially.
Yeah.
This is gonna go into the prison series one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. I should get this one at least.
Yeah. What is a ghetto spread?
Ah, fuck.
And you got to tell me like.
Use
give me.
use in a sentence.
We all got together to eat the ghetto spread that I prepared. These are so basic sentences, bro. I feel like I just came off the plane.
Sure. Okay. I'm thinking it's like low budget food, like fucking ramen and like juice packs.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding
Finally,
ding ding
fuck.
ding. So to be exact, what a ghetto spread is when you're in prison,
Yeah.
such as I was, there's certain ingredients that you can't get on a legit spread, like a cheese Dorito spread, like
Sure.
you get like when we went bowling for
Yeah.
Dr. Evil's fucking birthday
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever the fuck,
yeah.
right? So you have what you have. So like the things on commissary that would match that would be like ramen,
Oh yeah.
And, like,
So,
fucking Lay's.
substitutes.
ketchup, like bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like cheese in the microwave, like just baloney that you can't get. So that's what a ghetto spread is. What are MILFs?
MILFs. Can you spell that?
Milves. This is so easy. Don't even think so hard.
Milves. Oh, fucking.
You want me to just?
Yeah,
you got one call. You want to call your great grand ancestors?
I'm not calling anyone.
Give him a call. Give him a call.
No, I'm not calling anyone.
Play this out. Give him a call. Give him a call.
Who?
Just give him a call. Give somebody a call. No, not actually. Oh my god.
I was about
this.
to. I was about to for real.
You know how they give calls on like Deal or No Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, they give somebody a call.
I was gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay.
I was about to plug in and be like, yo.
Next time. So MILFs are just plural MILFs. A group of MILFs.
That's it?
That's it. That's why I was telling
Why
you.
there
Like,
a
don't
V
think
there?
so hard. Huh?
Why is there a V?
MILF?
Yeah.
MILVs.
That's so stupid.
Calf?
That's
Calves.
so fucking stupid.
Right?
That's so. I can't believe they made that a word.
What's big hard, no cattle?
Big hard?
Yeah.
Hard, like hard.
Yeah.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Oh, I had to dump him. He was big hard, but no cattle. Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun,
going
dun,
with
dun, 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 dun,
someone with a hard dick but small.
So this is hard dick but small.
Yeah.
It could be,
Okay.
but this is a person that this is kind of misandrous, right? I'm gonna use that word because
Are you saying that right? Misandrous?
no, because what's the hatred of women?
Misogyny?
Misogynist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hatred of men is misandry.
Is it?
It is.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, good
so
for you, man. I
yeah,
like that.
I'm reading these books, son.
Good.
And watching these pods. Anyway, so that's used when a guy you thought had potential as far as like funds, as far as potential to be a husband,
Everything.
father, whatever the fuck, and he turned out to be like not making that kind of funds, not he talked a big game, but once you understood and you slept with him, you realize that you don't want to even retain him.
Right.
So that's what that means.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get into some serious fucking business. Okay,
Serious?
some serial business, and this shit is for real, man. This stuff is kind of hard to hear, man. You know, I have ties with this country, and it's hard to see it go down the way it is. And I hope all the people that this is affected, I hope you find a light at the end of the tunnel. As cliche as that may sound, that's pretty much all I could say, man. All I could do. So as we know, there was an attack on the Kabul airport on Thursday.
Yeah.
And, our hearts are out with the families and the loved ones of the people that died. Among the 170 or over 170 that died, 10 people that died were actual American service workers.
That's right.
Just a fucking tragedy. However, as we know, Afghans are fleeing the fucking country by the thousands.
Literally thousands.
Literally by the
literally
thousands. And the attack was done apparently, allegedly by ISIS. I don't know.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that it was like a branch of the Islamic State. I don't think they haven't claimed credit for it yet, though, right? It's just rumored so far.
This is all alleged so far.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, news is like people think we're all worldwide and everything's on a world market, but it's like if something happens there today, we're gonna hear about it tomorrow. Even now.
Yeah.
Even at this
I believe that. Yeah.
So it is what it is, but that's the rate that they're doing it. A few companies have stepped forward so far. Two to be announced is Airbnb.
Yeah.
They have they're going to host 20,000 Afghanis worldwide.
All
apparently.
over.
I'm guessing more North America than anywhere else, but yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, to be able to organize that. I mean, I wonder how they're gonna get into that logistically speaking, but I mean, them willing to even like consider that and put that on the table is big.
Yeah, shout out to them. And the other one is going to be Mexico is taking
Was it 10,000?
100 of the best journalists.
Okay.
And taking them over. And I know these numbers don't sound, great, but just understand, like, for them to reach out and make an advance to get you somewhere is unheard of in this world.
Yeah.
Nobody's given anything. Like, I've lived this life and I've been given nothing. So, and I'm sure that you're the same thing. You've worked hard for what you have. I mean, your parents do set you up in a certain way, but as minorities, they can only do fucking so much. So
True.
when you see Mexico fucking putting out their hand and being like 100 of you journalists, 100 of the smartest minds come over here, it's kind of like what happened to Germany after World War II.
Yep.
And all these other, I guess what would you call these guys?
You talking about like the people who survived and left? Refugees? Or
No. Like the smartest minds.
Scholars?
Scholars.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, the guys with the red plates, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see in Vancouver and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
The guys with the red plates and shit. So, yeah, so those guys get, like, basically, it's like the smartest kids go to the Ivy schools.
That's right, yeah.
And they get scouted. So this is what's happening. So shout out to them. Yeah, so apparently the Taliban is celebrating their victory, which is not that great of a fucking victory if all these people are fleeing for a fucking reason.
Well, what I have found interesting is that at the beginning of this whole thing, and I even mentioned it on the previous podcast, was that I thought, or I felt rather, that they were going about it pretty, I don't want to say like peaceful, but they weren't really pushing to like kill people right away. They were letting people leave because they're like, hey, if you want to go, fucking makes our job easier because we don't have to like deal with your shit if you're staying here, whether it's killing you or like forcing you to like comply with what we want. But if you're already set to leave, then fucking leave. And they weren't really stopping that process, even though like it looked really, really bad. It looked super chaotic because obviously everyone wants to leave, but there's only so many fucking planes. Like, even if that shit happened here, where not because of like a fucking military presence coming on, but if everyone in Vancouver just decided to leave right away, the airport will look the exact same as Kabul. Fucking imagine 100,000 people trying to get into YVR. There's no way. It'll just look chaotic. But outside of that, once things calmed down, it seemed to be pretty like they weren't really aggressive or violent towards the Afghanis who were leaving. But now it almost seems like they're starting to lay down the law a bit more.
Yeah.
And that's what I found interesting because it's only taken like a week for that shit to happen.
That shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, man.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, honestly, for the Afghanis, like, hopefully that shit, it's not too bad because they've been through a lot already. They've been through enough shit.
Yeah, hearts go out to the Afghanis and the American service workers that had died this Thursday. Shout out to your families and your loved ones, man. It's pretty tragic. Did you hear what Biden had to say about this?
I saw him cry.
You saw him cry?
For the servicemen, yeah.
This was somebody with the fucking Aqua Fresh on the top dripping on his fucking cheek or what?
Might have been. I know one of his kids was in the army. I think that's why. Bit closer to for him than it would be for others.
So did his kid die?
No. Like he had already served and like left, but he still shares that connection with the servicemen, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Biden basically said, "We will hunt you down."
Yeah, we'll see how this. Imagine that, like.
If Trump said this, I would kind of believe it.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas when Biden says it, it takes away credibility.
Well, not just that, but imagine that, like, someone could tell him right now, President Biden, if you had never left, or if you had done it a bit more strategically, this shit would not be happening right now.
Absolutely.
Like, the fuck.
Yeah.
But because of how it was handled and how it was done, fucking terrible. It's a huge mess.
Fucking terrible, dude. It's savage to see that happen, but at the same time, I mean, you have to make a statement.
Yeah.
You have to make a fucking statement about it.
One way or another.
And see where it goes. Let's wrap it up, dude.
Sure.
So, the last thing I want to say before we fucking wrap it up, it's I don't want to fly on a plane and go far. I want to kind of stay in the Middle East. Okay?
What do you mean?
So as we know, worldwide, July has been one of the hottest times. We've set records.
Oh, for sure.
Worldwide, even within Canada.
And that's something that I didn't even realize because I've been so, like, BC centric I'm like, oh yeah, it's been terrible here. World, fucking records for us all time. 40+ degree weather and all that stuff. But I didn't even consider the fact that it's probably been pretty bad in other places.
Yeah.
Like the rest of North America, probably South America as well, Middle East, Asia, right?
All that. So basically what's happened is that there's a lake called Lake Urmia.
Okay. Where's this?
And this is basically Iran, Iraq area.
Okay, kind of like on the border.
Yeah, yeah. So basically they have they used to have tourist attractions, restaurants,
Right.
whatnot, and it was a lake that in the past 20 years, so from 1990 to 2021, it has decreased in half.
In 30 years.
In 30 years.
Half.
In half.
How big is this lake compared to some of the local lakes here? Give me an idea there. Like Harrison big? Because that's a big lake.
No, we're talking like
Pitt Lake?
Like Lake Ontario.
That's fucking huge, bro.
It's
that big?
I might not be
Yeah,
that big.
that's big.
Let's hold on.
Like those lakes, Ontario, Superior, but those are like almost
going.
ocean level big. When you get there, they feel like the ocean because you can't actually see the end of it.
So this is where it is.
Holy fuck, that's huge.
So this is the
Zoom
lake.
out a bit. I guess it's not. Fuck, that's hard to tell, man.
Hold on. We're going to go here.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, it's not even close. So basically, it's like 1/8 of Lake Superior.
I would say it's probably like Harrison, maybe bigger than Harrison.
It's definitely bigger than
Harrison's pretty big.
Yeah, so generally, we kind of get the idea.
Still a size.
Big fucking
That's why
area.
I was like, the fuck? Because those lakes, the Great Lakes, when you stand, you literally can't see.
I understand.
It's like, it's fucked up. They have their own weather systems.
Yeah.
Anyways, but half in 30 years?
30 years.
Fucking hell, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
So it's brutal because...
And is it just straight up because of the heat or is it like one other reason?
The heat.
So it's just literally evaporated.
Yeah, evaporated.
What the fuck, man?
And the thing is like there is obviously when that much water evaporates, it's not like it's gone to fucking space.
Yeah.
Okay, for these flat fucking earthers, you fucked, get out of your mom's basement. What happens is then you'll have a series of extreme rains, which will cause
it starts
flooding,
affecting the rest of the
like
area.
China.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard about what China? There's a lot of flooding there going on.
Pretty bad.
And even the United States, there's lots of flooding going on. So that's what's going to happen in these areas. And a lot of the civilization can't resist that kind of weather change. A lot of the tourist attractions, a lot of restaurants, a lot of these things, once the money's no longer coming in, such as COVID times, these places are going to close down and move. So eventually, I think what a safe bet or a safe notion to rely on is like generally, let's say 300, 400, 500 years from now, everybody's going to be living either on the coast or
it's just
somewhere
be
with
a continued migration of people to water, to like the sea, basically,
to
the ocean.
and then they're going to get pushed back as the water levels rises.
Yeah.
And eventually, either there's going to be a new ice age, or if we even live to see that day, see what happens. But basically, we're going to have to live on the coast and keep moving back until we get to the middle of the countries, middle of the continents and stuff.
Well, at that point, it won't be the middle anymore. That'll be the new edge.
Yeah,
right?
It'll be exactly the new coastline.
What used to be the middle. Yeah. It'll be a new coastline.
And then with that, there's obviously going to be, like, once the water levels are so high that the middle of continents are the only thing surviving, there's going to be a huge ice age. There's going to be huge reset of snow, and then boom.
And that's going to happen in 5 years.
Oh,
Can you
shit.
imagine?
Dude, fuck that noise. The last thing I want to talk about for the last 5 or 6 minutes, man.
Actually, quick side note to what you just said earlier.
Yeah.
It just reminded me with the China flooding.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have what they call sponge cities. Do you know what this means? A sponge city.
I'm going to take a wild guess. I don't know, but I'm going to take a fucking wild guess, and it's basically cities that get flooded because they're so dried and the rain gets in there and it basically it doesn't even make sense. So go ahead.
You're almost on the right topic, but it's the complete opposite of what you're thinking.
So it's so dry that it soaks up all the water.
Yes, but not dry in the sense that it's by accident, on purpose. So they are designing some cities in China to be able to handle increased levels of water. to prevent floods
Right.
in those cities as well as other cities. So in things in the infrastructure like super porous concrete, increased green space.
Do you know what super porous concrete is called? What the unit scale is?
No.
MVA.
MVA. Cool. I learned that today.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, go ahead.
Increased green space, so like parks and stuff, so that the earth can actually absorb the water, and it's seen some level of success. Obviously, some levels not I don't say failure, but just not enough.
But I mean, it's a good thing, right?
Oh no, it's huge. Like there was a video that I was watching that explained the before and afters of some cities.
Yeah.
Where there were some cities that they were just every fucking year they're getting floods. Like there's just no. Didn't matter if there was a lot of rain or a bit. They were just floods every single year, and they found out that one of the reasons was for it because these new cities, the way that they do construction in China, because it's so quick, everything's fucking concrete. Like everything, buildings, concrete, streets, everything.
Sick.
And so the water just sits on top. You know what I mean? Just sits on top.
Street
Doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so like we got to do something. So one of the big ones that they did was like huge parks.
Right.
That would just absorb like an incredible amount of water.
Yeah.
And they found some success with it, and obviously there were some really big floods last year that these cities didn't do enough, but I think they're good ideas, and hopefully more cities start doing that.
I'm gonna say something fucking stupid as fuck that I saw on the internet. There was this flat earther that said if we dig, how to withstand the raising water levels, we have to dig to the center of the earth and get all the oceans to go into the center of the earth so it cools the core down.
Did they said center of the earth?
Yeah.
Why would they say center of the earth if they think the earth is flat?
Dude.
What center are you going to?
I moved on.
Actually, here's another question. How do you... It's kind of a stupid question, but whatever. If you're a flat earther, how thick would you say the earth is? You know what I mean?
I know. It's such a fucking stupid thing.
How thick would you think the earth is? If you think it's a flat, is it like forever thick, or is it like really thin? I wonder what you as a flat earther would think.
It'll be tough to say. One thing I gotta say is let's move on to relationship advice. We'll give some relationship advice. We're gonna have a little section of relationship advice. We're gonna go through sections. Do you care how much a girl makes?
Yes and no.
Explain.
There is a point at which I care in the sense that it helps us leverage more. Like as a couple, it helps us leverage more.
Right.
To get better things, whether it's a better home, whether it's better amenities, stuff like that. So to a degree, yes, but to a degree, no. Because I know I'll probably have to bear the brunt of that, like the majority of it.
Right.
But to a degree, yes, it does help.
So do you ever see yourself dating somebody that makes more money than you?
Sure.
And you have no problem with getting demasculinized?
That if financial worth is what drives your masculinity, I think you have bigger internal problems. Personally speaking, that's what I think.
So you don't think that like somebody that makes more money is more masculine?
No.
Because what is making more money to you?
What do you mean? Like, what does it mean?
What do you think of it? Like, what do you think of if you had to make an equation of what making money is? Do you think money is the end goal, or is
money's a tool? Is what I think it is.
Okay.
But having the best tools does not mean you're going to be the best craftsman,
okay.
and you know this.
I know this, but I'm going to go on a different conjunction.
Because I know a lot of guys who make more money than you, and you would not describe them as more masculine than you.
For sure.
So then at that point,
I'm
what are you
talking
saying?
about you got to understand, like every man is just born with characteristics of masculinity.
Unless
whether
you're
that's
saying
traditional or
the same
non-traditional.
person, like if you right now versus you, but you're making
that's
more.
That's where I'm going at.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So money is actually the end product. Money is just the bonus. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Things that come with money that you have to make money are the masculine properties. Does that make sense?
To a degree.
Okay. So being an entrepreneur, being able to sell, being able to market, being able to have an idea, being able to chase, being able to be ambitious. These are all masculine properties, right? Now, you can't compare yourself with me, or I can't compare myself with fucking the next alpha guy or whatever the fuck, and vice versa, right? So that's not what we're comparing. We're comparing you, Hector, now To you, Hector, as an entrepreneur, that's like Gary V with a fucking
Sure. Okay.
$100 million net worth or whatever, $1 million net worth.
Yeah.
Whatever the case might be. To get from you to there, you will increase your masculinity. Is my point. The money is the end goal. You might not get the money, but you might get the skills and the determination and all those driving factors that make you masculine.
Sure.
That's my point.
Yeah, so, but that's me. But your question wasn't that. Your question was that your partner having more, making more, is going to somehow emasculate you.
Okay, so this is
I don't share that opinion.
Okay, this is why I go for that opinion. Okay, so you talked about how if a woman makes a certain amount of money, too much money, you're gonna have to deal with the burdens of that.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, the side effects, let's say, right? Because she's gonna have to, obviously, it's gonna turn into like, if you're trying to make more money, right? If you're trying to make more money, you got to do more overtime. You got to be more at work. She's not going to see you as much. People don't understand the lifestyle of guys that are like millionaires or guys that are like high paid guys. They're usually never home. Like if you're talking about a guy that has multiple sources of income, usually he's investing into that a lot of time, right? Initially, we have a buddy that did that. I remember with dealing, I had to do that a lot. Yeah. I was up at fucking 4 a.m. and then up again at fucking 7. Right, so that's the name of the game. Your loved one is not going to see you as much as you think they're going to see you. If that's the track of life. Now, if you're trying to work a 9 to 5, different fucking story, right? Different fucking story. You're going to have life balance. You're going to have that. But it all comes down to what you're trying to chase. There's no right way, wrong way. I'm just trying to describe you a scenario of what would happen. Now, as far as her making more money than you and it demasculinizing you, okay. For example,
it's called emasculating.
Sorry, emasculating.
Yeah.
Everybody trades gifts.
Sure.
Especially in, traditional places. Men usually get gifts for women to show their appreciation for assisting them in like whatever. Traditional marriages are basically the woman helps the man achieve what he wants. The woman makes the man's life easier as the man makes the world easier. This is generally the way it goes. Like you have inventors and then you have like strong women behind them that like help their life easier, whether that's making a sandwich, whether that's fucking silence, whether that's cleaning the house, whether that's helping them with the business, whether that's taking care of the kids, whatever the case may be, whether that's working in a fucking other job, who the fuck knows? But it's making the man's life easier. Now, if you are like a top tier guy, you need a lot of time to work. So you need to have a woman that is doing that. When she starts going in her business and taking time away from you, and then you start helping her. So the roles have changed.
If homegirl's just making 100 G's and I'm making 80 G's, whatever. I don't great. Like that's okay. There's other things that I bring to the table that make me a masculine man more than just the paycheck that comes in every 2 weeks. Now, if you're talking about time being taken away from other responsibilities that'll typically be associated with this woman, that's a different story. Because that's a different conversation that needs to be had with this woman at that point, right? So, for example, if now we're going to have kids.
Right.
And you don't want to take care of it because you have your job to take care of, your professional office. Listen, you are making a choice, or we are making a choice to have a kid. That choice comes with certain outcomes. And they can't be denied. I want to follow, I'm a professional woman, working woman. It's like, hey, listen, honey, I'm sorry, but like if we're going to have kids, you're going to have to fucking leave your job for a bit, take mat leave, do the thing like that. That's what motherhood is. Like, you're going to have to embrace that role as your life. You will forever now be a mom.
Right.
If you're not ready to accept that,
right,
we can't fucking do this.
Okay.
It's like straight up. Like, that's just, that's not going to fly with me. Because you can't just be like, oh, yeah, I want a kid, but, like, you got to stay home because I want to, like, I want to be, like, CEO in, like, a few years. Like,
right.
That's great. You want to be CEO? Like, the door's right there. But I'm not going to be sitting here while you just abandon motherhood.
All right.
And like I'm suddenly gonna become like dad and mom.
Okay.
That's not happening.
So you have this say if you're making more money. If she's making more money, then you don't have this say though.
So you mean like this? Sorry, you mean like this opinion?
You can't even. You might have the opinion, but you're in the wrong because if she's making more money, it's more valuable that you stay home. If you're making less money and be the stay home dad.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem. Like, if you want to become a mother, doesn't matter that you're making more money. You can be making twice as much as I am. But being a mother trumps all that. And if you don't believe so, then like we got to go our separate ways.
I think there's two ways of looking at this. I think the reason I started this question initially was because I wanted to run into the scenario
Sure.
where you are making less money, but you're also trying to call a shot. And from what I've seen and what I've heard, that usually doesn't fucking work, because I'm not talking about like traditional women.
Sure.
I'm talking about modern women will use your ideology against yourself. She'll say something like, okay, but I'm making more money. So if you're trying to talk about traditional roles, you're not doing your traditional as a man. You're not earning more money than me. Therefore, you would have to stay home, because whatever the consensus is as far as her role as a mother, now that she's making more money than you, she has to pay for the family for a certain amount of time.
Sure.
So as far as the family as a whole, financially will be more productive for them if she went to work rather than you. What do you say to that?
No. I already have my opinion. I don't need to.
I understand your opinion.
I wouldn't. No, like I'm not talking like to you. I'm talking of like this imaginary scenario that you're talking about. That's great, but like that's just not how it's gonna roll. And we probably would have already had this discussion way in advance,
I
right?
understand. We're just
so
trying
like
to run a
we
scenario.
wouldn't even get to that point where that's even going to become like an issue, because the more serious you get with this girl, the more you're gonna have to start having these conversations where it's like, okay, like the other. I mean, when you first start seeing your girl, you're not going to be like, hey, how much you make? Like, you're going to generally find that out later on. Because you find out where she works. But she's not going to tell you, oh, yeah, I'm making 85 grand or whatever. That's not a second date question. That's like a later on questions.
Yeah, but first date, you'll be like, hey, what do you do for work?
That's great.
I work at
I
Google.
work in an ad agency. Dude, she could be making 45, could be making 145. You don't know.
Yeah, but certain things give it away, no?
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, listen, if Colin comes in like, look, I work for Google as a software dev. Okay, I know what I'm
staying
I know
at home.
I know what I'm getting into, okay?
I'm staying at home.
That's a difference. Like like I know what I'm getting into at that point.
Yeah.
But if someone says, "Oh yeah, I work in that agency," or "I work blah 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 here," it's like, you're gonna have to find out later.
Yeah. I share your views, but I do. That situation would never come up with me, because I would never pick a woman that makes more money than me. I have a huge problem with that.
Right.
I think as far as...
Why is that?
Because seeing my mom's turned more masculine as divorce has gone on.
Sure.
And she has made more money.
Yeah.
And her characteristics have changed.
Okay.
So once you allow the woman to make more money, people might not like this. Once you allow the woman to make more money, she will eventually take over your roles as a man, whether you like it or not, whether you're going to fight her or not. You're just going to have more problems on your hand. So it's just better to deal with a woman that you are supporting her if the situation of having a child does come up. It just makes things easier, because like I understand your views, but I was just trying to explain an explanation.
I understand your views. I've heard them from other people.
Yeah.
And like it's not an uncommon view to have.
No. It's very traditional. It's very. Most people I think would have
to
the
a
same.
degree. No, because like you're like, I can't do it. Like some guys would just prefer not to, but you're like hard no.
Yeah,
I understand. That's fine.
I just think
I just don't share it.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
I have nothing against you for having it.
For sure.
Like I'm not saying like, oh, you're wrong. There should be more open to it.
No, it's just respectable debates.
Like if you're firm in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
The reason I say that is because with where we live, generally most girls you're gonna run into are gonna try to be more independent, less depending on you as far as finances.
Yeah.
Possibly even further in life than you. Most girls right now are majority as far as in universities. This is a pretty known fact. So what I'm saying is nothing new, but I also think there's a big clash of new modern women and old traditional thinking. Still, I think majority is old traditional thinking, but you're still going to get new age women that are like basically closer to the name of like, they've had more experience, let's say, in life, right? In every way, sexually, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to be more masculine than girls that are like, are living in their parents, have done nothing in their whole life. They're more submissive in certain ways. So my consensus is like, I rather have
times too. Like people will generally get involved with people in the same economy class. If that makes sense.
I would disagree.
I'm talking about majority of the time. I'm not talking like you will have your typical outliers in the sense like You have obviously a lot of guys who are well off. Obviously, they're not going to get involved with girls who are well off. But I'm talking like your middle of the pack, like your average, salaries, whatever. Typically, you're getting involved with similar kinds of people. I don't want to say like class wise, but you kind of know what I'm saying here. Like,
I understand. I don't disagree generally, but I think women date up.
No, women date up, sure, but what I mean is like people generally fuck with their own kind of people, if that makes sense. In a lot of things. In a lot of ways. So whether it's ethnicities, whether it's like cultures, whether it's,
I guess, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying all the time, and I'm not saying that there are situations where for one kind they will always go for something that's like totally different. So for example, there's a lot of guys who got well off really quick that want to date kind of like a trophy wife kind of thing, or like a really good looking broad,
right?
Who obviously like really doesn't earn much, but like it's great to have,
what it is.
Right? But I'm talking like your regular Joe kind of guy, who's
average guy.
Yeah, I'm talking like your legit average Joe is generally gonna get with a legit average Jill. You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna try and level up too much because honestly he can't. He's just an average Joe. There's nothing wrong with that. And he's not really gonna go like way down the pack because there's enough average Jills out there that he can get with. And in terms of like the money discrepancy, it's generally just gonna be like pretty typical. Like, he's gonna make more than her, not by a lot, but like a noticeable amount.
So like 80-50.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, like an 80-60 or 80-50. Like that's like a typical North American situation.
Right. So I have one question, and I'm not gonna ask the actual name of these people or anything like that. But of recent, somebody we know or someone we know in distance has gotten married. I'm gonna show you the fucking thing, and you tell me if they were married for love.
Okay. Okay.
Because you've seen this motherfucker. This motherfucker's ears are goofy. This guy looks like, literally, I'm not going to say his ethnicity because it's probably going to go
that gives it away.
But his style is goofy. Like, he is goofy from Disney.
He's a big dude, though.
For that ethnicity as well.
Like big dude.
Big dude.
Like big dude.
But he's not the most athletic, so I don't think it's like he's getting mad pipes or something like that. I don't think that's what it is.
He's got a huge cock.
I don't think so.
Could you imagine though? Like also just like
no way,
fucking slinging.
No way,
slinging.
No way. I think it has to do with 100% money. I think what women look for is finances is probably up there. I think most women will once they want to settle down, they will go with the guy that makes more money and it looks like shit.
I think not so much the finances, but always the biggest one that seems to be common is security.
I mean, same thing.
Because that's not the same. You can have someone who's well off financially, but they are not secure.
Yeah, like, but what I mean by finances, if you want to go into depth, it's going to go
kind
based
of what
on
I was
going to
say is that like you can have financial security and not be wealthy. Does that make sense? Like you can be secure because you have a set lifestyle. Then you compare that lifestyle with somebody else, and it's like, well, this guy's not that impressive. This guy, oh, look at this. Yeah, but that guy's not that secure because he's kind of a fucking idiot with his finances.
Right.
Not like he's fucking homeless, but he's kind of a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Versus this guy, that maybe he's not making the most, not the star player, but this guy, fucking, he's a rock.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I know. This guy's a rock.
Yeah.
You can always count on him. It's not gonna be super impressive.
Yeah.
But this guy is solid.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people value that, obviously at different levels.
Yeah.
Obviously, right?
Yeah, that's going to go into a different thing, and we're already at a fucking hour. So give me some last thoughts, man. What did you think of the podcast this week?
Very, very varied.
Yeah. You know
good,
what?
in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it. We went through a lot. We hit some of our traditional segments. We introduced some new ones. That Urban Dictionary one's, that was a cool one. So let's see what the viewers have to say about it.
Yeah.
And if they liked the different things that we hit, or they want us to be more consistent with some things. I don't know, but I like the different things you brought to the table.
Dude, I love when we get into an argument, like a legit heated argument.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it.
It's good.
Cause
you need to be able to have like passionate disagreement.
Yeah.
And then come out of it okay.
We have both. We have YouTube and we have Twitch. We're running both now. For the fights, we actually show the live stream. We post the live stream.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do for episodes like this, we're gonna do the live stream on Twitch. We don't give a fuck because they don't post it really for only 14 days. But on YouTube, we're gonna cancel it, edit it, repost
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And you're just gonna get a better quality.
And then
that
we're
way,
gonna
guys.
and we're also gonna upload the audio the same way.
Yeah. So just remember, every Saturday we're gonna have live streams. Every fight night we're gonna have live stream UFC, boxing, all these fucking half a fruitcake celebrities getting to boxing. We're gonna follow those. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, Instagram, Funny But Foul Podcast, Twitch just Funny But Foul, and Funny But Foul everywhere else, Spotify, Apple.
We're basically
YouTube,
everywhere you can fucking
Twitch.
think of.
We're probably gonna go into fucking Snapchat soon, probably Facebook Live soon.
Yep.
Who the fuck knows? Instagram Live. I don't know. We're probably gonna set up a third phone somehow. We're gonna go in deep, man. And with that, man, all I want to say is take care of yourself. Shout out to all the people resting in better places, and we're out, man.